I created VDI so that my plus size divas could feel empowered, sexy, and valued. We need a clothing line that's going to help us redefine and rebrand ourselves. And it's not just a clothing line. We're going to have exquisite accessories, hair, spa, and empowerment improvement products that are going to help us redefine and redevelop ourselves. I think it's very difficult and very challenging to be plus size in America. We are the norm, but you wouldn't know that by what the media represents. The media has deceived us into thinking that if you're not a supermodel or a Hollywood body, that you're inadequate, that you're not the norm. But in reality, the supermodel makes up maybe less than 1/2%, and the Hollywood body makes up less than 5% of the actual female population. The majority of women now are women who are very mature, who are very confident, and are very dissatisfied with the overall image of the plus size women. And I think if you were to introduce a venue that actually pulled together their voices collectively, we can make some significant changes in how the world sees us, because our daughters need better role models than what's out there. I think the world is ready for it now because we as women who are plus size are ready for it now. You know, gone are the days when plus size women were considered a minute part of society. We are now the majority. We are 89 million strong and growing. And we are the type of women who are doctors, lawyers, nurses, homemakers, hardworking, dedicated, and like myself, an entrepreneur and employee of industry. And we deserve to see that type of representation in media and in fashion. It's very much important. In 2009, we made up 59% of the market share. We are the fastest growing marketing segment of the fashion industry. And there is a vast styles of fashion that have been underutilized for us. I think a lot of fashion designers don't think that outside of the box well enough to think that a lot of the fashion that they style would fit us, and they would. The clothing as a whole, unless it's been designed by a plus size designer, does not fit us well. There are a lot of different challenges that we face, and depending upon the size of the plus size woman, the body type changes. So one of the things that VDI will be very diligent in doing is making sure that we cut the clothing to fit the various sizes of the plus size body and shape. I hope that it will make them feel empowered, sexy, and valued. It will give them quality clothing at a quality price. It will challenge them to view themselves differently. It will give them fabrics and styles that are not commonplace. I think we have been trained to think limitedly about fashion for plus size women. And we're going to break out of that box and that mold and give them some better options, some more stylish options. I have several designers that I'm working with across the country. We have been studying for quite some time now vintage patterns from the 1940s to the 1960s, which were revolutionary styles of clothing that are still being inspired upon today. And we're going to take those same type of vintage couture clothing and we're going to create hundreds of magnificent styles for women. Clothing styles changed drastically in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. What you had were a lot of more flattering clothing that fit the curve of the woman's body. So that era was very influential in that it created set a precedent of romance, style, sophistication, and class that we want to bring back that you don't see as the normal styling of fashion. I think we can. I think that we are. But I think that the larger the size, the more conscientious you have to be. You know, I think that you can work out, eat healthy, and still be very much an active plus size woman in our society. Not everyone is designed to be a size 0. Not everyone's designed to be a size 8. And if you work out, eat right, and healthy, and you're a size 16, and you don't work out, eat right, and be healthy, and you're a size 4, who's the healthier person? My fashion line will be available online through voluptuousdiva.com. And we have created a 90-day interest-free online layaway system and a pre-offer system. You can buy in May our fall line and have it delivered to your door in September and have 90 days interest-free to pay for. I think now is the time for something that goes beyond the norm of what we see, because the norm of what we see is inadequate.